Yeah, that was good. Right, hello and welcome to the next Lukozer retro game review video. And for this one, it is Ant Attack, which was released by Quicksilva in 1984, which is a bit of a surprise. I thought it was earlier than that. This is a conversion of the Spectrum game, and the Spectrum game was released in 82. I'm a bit surprised that the Commodore 64 version took a couple of years to come along. Nevertheless, it did come along, and it's a 3D isometric game. Now, I'm not a big fan of 3D isometric games, not because I don't like the actual 3D perspective. It's because for a long time there was this ridiculous, almost sort of like insistence, almost like an unwritten rule, to include a feature that made them no fun to play at all. I think Alien 8, which came along a bit later and was only for the Spectrum, but I think that was the game that really sparked it all off, which was that you would always have a health meter, which always plummeted at a fucking rate of knots, and you were constantly having to spend the whole time trying to keep your health levels, you know, above zero. So you couldn't actually do very much else other than just constantly try and find ways of keeping your health levels up, even though you always had something else that you had to do. And yeah, that almost got put on the back burner. Your main objective every time you play the game was to somehow just survive, and if you were lucky you could survive long enough to actually do one of the small parts towards actually completing the game. And I hated all of that shit. I don't think it was until Head Over Heels, maybe Chimera. It's been such a while since I played Chimera, I can't actually know. Chimera didn't. You had to constantly keep getting food and water, so yeah, that was no good. So yeah, I think Head Over Heels was the first one for years that didn't actually have that. Then I wasn't a fan of Head Over Heels either. So, well, let's get a game underway. So he asks, are you a girl or a boy? So you can tell the sort of age group that, that they've assumed people playing this game will be. So here we are then. Now, the idea is to get into this city, rescue the person trapped and bring them back here. So there you go, level 1 is unbelievably easy. But from level 1 onwards, or level 2 onwards I should say, it does get rather more difficult because you have no idea where the girl is going to be. But there is a way of finding them. If you look on the panel at the bottom there, you will see where it says scan. I'll get myself in there so I'm away from them. Now if you start walking in the right direction, like so, let's just show it again, there you go, where it says scan it shows green. If it's showing as green, then you're walking in the right direction to find the survivor that you need to try and rescue. Now if, as I am here, you are surrounded by ants, you have a means of being able to destroy them. You notice in the panel there again, it shows ammo, and you can throw like grenades. So there you go, I managed to destroy 3 of them. And depending on which key you press, So that will determine where you throw your grenade. You can either throw it straight up into the air, or you can throw it down to the ground, or you can throw it a long way away, or you can throw it fairly close to you, and so there's various places where you can throw it. As you can see, I can't really spot where I am. I've just somehow managed to rescue the girl, but I've also been bitten. Notice notice in the panel at the bottom there, it's showing okay, I've just blown her up with my with my grenade. But yeah, after ammo it says girl and then boy. That's how many hits they can take before they are killed. It always starts off at 20. So now the level has basically been restarted, and so you can be anywhere. As it is, she's right here where near the start. Except sometimes, yeah, she does this. She just stands still, and now, even though we're right by the fucking entrance, or now at the exit, it's going to be a pain in the arse to try and get away. So let's try and destroy them by using a few more grenades. The amount of grenades you have is always reset at the start of each level. There we go. Alright, so now we can get out. There we go. So now rescue 2 onto level 3. Now the only other thing I haven't shown you yet is that you can change the angle with which you are looking. So yeah, we're currently using angle 1, so we change it angle 2. That doesn't really help us here. Angle 3 helps us a little bit more. Angle 4 is the most useful one here. But I'm so used to always using angle 1 that I rarely bother changing the angle at all. So I'll load more of these giant ants all around. That's handy. And so's that. Right. Now they're not gone for good. There will be more of them coming back. Oh, fuck it. Maybe I should have changed the angle here, but hopefully I can get up. Nope. Oh, fuck it. What doesn't help is when you jump up and then walk off the edge, which I keep doing. Here we go. Alright, so let's head down here. Well, that's handy. Alright, well, let's see if we can get the fuck out of here. Oh, fuck's sake. I've got to be careful here before I'm... oh, there we go. Fucking hell. Cut that a bit fine. I'm down to just 2 hits before I'm dead. There we go. And that's basically the whole game. Just keep doing this. But as you've no doubt spotted, it's not completely simple. You only have a rough idea where the girl is going to be. And you also have no idea how many of these giant ants are going to come along. can't even get there. Alright, let's change the view, see why I can't, well, I'm right there, but yeah, it's, for some reason, it's not counting as me rescuing her. Okay, well, let's, oh, there we go. Alright, now we need to try and destroy more of these fuckers. That's 2 down. I think there's, no, that's it. Right, let's go. There we go. So I have been rather lucky in finding some, or having some fairly easy places to find the survivor. So let's get on with the review then. Graphically, okay, graphically it's a bit dated, but for a game that was actually originally written in 1982, I think the actual effects are none too shabby. You know, the actual 3D graphics are okay. Okay, now I've got myself trapped here. You can actually ride on the back of the ants, though quite why you would want to do that is, well, anyone's guess. Oh, bollocks, I think, yeah, I am actually in the right place. So yeah, I don't think the graphics are bad at all. Bollocks. Okay, right, let's see if we can get a fucking move on. Not that way. Now you do run at the same speed that the ants run, so you need to try and find a way of getting them stuck against a particular obstacle. Such as, you know, a part of the city or something. So anyway, getting back to the review then. I mean, the graphics on the characters aren't exactly anything to write home about, but then, you know, I'll say 82 game. So, audio wise, I mean, you can certainly tell that it's a Spectrum port. The sound effects are basic even by Spectrum standards. Well, yeah, I seem to have missed. Let's see if we can destroy any of these fuckers. That's 2. There we go. Okay, where is this sea then? Back this way. I'm right up in the top corner, so I don't... There's more of them around me than I thought. Oh, there we go. So she must be... Well, I can't for the life of me see where the hell she is. According to the scanner, you notice there I was riding on the back of one of the ants. Oh, hang on, I think I just saw it. Except I'm nearly dead anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Oh, there you go. Where have we changed the view? Ah, there they are. That's handy. Trouble is, there's more of them to come, I'm sure of it. Yep, here they come now. Well, let's get up here. So anyway, so graphics and audio covered, and the actual gameplay, it's actually not too bad. It's I knew I'd fuck that one up. So you basically have infinite lives. It's when your timer runs out that it's game over. But gameplay wise, for 82 I think the gameplay is fantastic, but unfortunately it is a bit dated now. I've played games that are far worse, but that they just don't, it just doesn't grab your interest and your attention for as long as, well, certainly nowadays anyway, it doesn't grab your attention for as long as it perhaps would have done. But yeah, it's not a bad game. King, get up there. Yeah, okay, did get up there and then fucking fell off, and then yeah. But now it's not gonna fucking let me rescue her. So how the hell do I can't even see myself there or there. Alright, so how the hell do I get I can't see how I can actually rescue her, which is, to put it mildly, a fucking pain in the arse. That's the only way I can actually get to them. And I'm jumping up right next to her, but it's not counting as me actually rescuing her, which is cuntish. And now I've been paralysed by this ant, which means I can't do anything. Okay, now I could. Let's actually trying a grenade. Because you do have to be a bit careful with the old grenades, because you can blow yourself up, as I think I illustrated. Anyway, I'm obviously not going to get anywhere with trying to rescue her. In fact, I've now got myself well and truly out of shot, as a result of what looks like a bit of a bug there. I can't even see myself now. Oh, there I am. So, well, yeah, I didn't know that bug was there. So anyway, yeah, I mean, the game was fine at the time. It's still pretty playable, but it doesn't grab your interest for long. So I will score this 6 out of 10. It is something of a classic. I'm not entirely sure why. I say it's rather dated now. I can't see where the fuck I'm supposed to go. Well, up anyway. Right. That's handy. This isn't, though. I don't want to be stuck in this sort of area. Oh, fuck's sake. It doesn't help when I'm trying to jump onto that platform there and constantly being bitten in the process. It looks like it's put me back where she was once before. It also sounds like I've just fallen off. Well, I found her. Let's try and get away. This is not likely to succeed. Oh, mind you, that helps. Oh, you fuck. There you go. So, game over, 11,751. That's not a bad score, I suppose. So that is Ant-Attack then. I'll give it 6.5 out of 10. It's, yeah, I've played far worse. But, yeah, it is rather dated now. Hasn't aged all that well. So that brings this review to an end, and we will see you at the next one.